So I recently uploaded an animated GIF, GIF on Instagram, and I got a few positive feedbacks from my friends. The most frequent question I get from them was, "Can you teach me? How did you do it? How do you even? How do you animate? How? The Carabao." I'm gonna answer that question right now. Boom. Rhymes. Just a little disclaimer. I am not a professional animator nor studying in an art school. I just learned all these animating stuff by myself, and I am willing to share my knowledge about this. Before we start, you can go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. I'm gonna make this quick as possible, and I'm assuming that you already know some basics about animating. So here goes. First thing you have to do is to make a story. Make sure that your character, background, and settings are all ready. Get yourself an original character. If you don't have an original character, just make one. There are a lot of videos in YouTube about how to make your own OCs. If you don't have time to make one, just draw yourself. Sketch a possible scenario. Once you're done sketching the scene, it's time to get the equipment. Since I don't have a screen tablet, I'm using this baby right here. It's a Wacom Intuos art, which was handed down by my best friend. Subscribe to his YouTube channel and follow him on Instagram. The link is down below. So what software do I usually use? I usually use these softwares to animate: Krita, Animate CC, and Photoshop. Krita is a free and open source raster graphics editor designed primarily for digital painting and animation purposes. I would definitely recommend you to use Krita if you love to draw from your computer. It has a lot of templates, which is convenient for your drawings, designs, comics, and of course, animation. It also has nice brushes. But what I don't like about this software is that it crashes at some point, but I would still recommend it for you. Animate CC, on the other hand, is a multimedia authoring and computer animation program developed by Adobe Systems. It is used to design vector graphics and animation. If you're a beginner, I would recommend this software for a start. But what I don't recommend, not Krita, but this one. Photoshop is also developed by Adobe, which is commonly used for illustrations, graphic designing, or digital art as a whole. But when I discovered that I can actually animate in Photoshop, I got the biggest idea. I disregarded these easy and less time-consuming softwares and go for something challenging. Let's use Photoshop. When you open Photoshop, you can go ahead and click File and then click New. A window will appear, which allows you to customize the size of your canvas, your background color, and the resolution of the photo. Since I'm posting this on Instagram, I'm gonna set the canvas size to 1080 by 1080 square pixels and the resolution to 300 pixels. This setup will give you a high quality definition for your animation. Once we're done customizing our canvas, click OK. Add a new layer by clicking this icon right here. Remember the sketch scenario? Transfer that to Photoshop and make a digital version of it. Once you're done, add a new layer and then use your sketch as a guide for your outlines. Here are the techniques that I use. To make a straight line, just hold Shift and then drag. To make a diagonal straight line, click, hold Shift, and then click to the direction or the angle of the line. Does that make sense? Moving on. The next step is to decide which part of the drawing you want to put motions and make a folder for it to make everything organized. Duplicate the outline and use the lasso tool to cut the unnecessary. Edit that part and make in-betweens. Make sure every movement is in separate layers because layers represents as frames in Photoshop based on what I understand in animating. To make everything easier in this step, go to Window, and then Timeline, then Create Video Timeline. Now it's easier to animate. Just duplicate each layer in that folder and reposition them in the video timeline. Photoshop will automatically create a folder called Video Group for organization so that it's easier to trace a mistake. Next step is to color the background. Don't forget to always secure every group of layers in a folder. For example, I created a folder for the background. And that folder contains all the colors for each subject in the background. I don't know if that makes sense to you, because I'm not really good at explaining. For the bonus part, I'm gonna teach you how I animate the smoke. Okay, again, make a folder and add layers to it, then draw the smoke. Go to the timeline and click this triangle shape. Then click the diagonal square in the Position tab and start positioning. Do the same thing to the other layer for the smoke and you're done. Don't forget to add details though. Now, wasn't that easy? All you have to do is to explore and experiment. That way, you will discover something that you're really capable of. Okay, the last step is to render. Go ahead and click File, then click Save for Web. A window will appear, and it lets you view the quality of your project. It also allows you to edit its features. Make sure to set it as GIF and then click Save. If you have this kind of problem, just reduce the image size and then click Save. And here it is, the final product. Hey guys, I hope you learned something and find this video really helpful. If you have more questions, just leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe.